Welcome to Business Connection. I'm Liz Spencer. We have a great group on with us. It's Kickers Soccer Club. I have Mark Pickett, club president, and Luke Weaver, and you're the director of soccer. So, Mark, tell me a little bit about your club.
Well, the Kickers Soccer Club was actually established in 1959, so we're one of the oldest clubs in the state and even in the region. But we're a 501c charitable organization, and we have kids in the club from pre-kindergarten all the way up through our U23 women's program.
Wow, you're spanning a big age range, so good for you. Now, Luke, tell me a little bit about your background. You've got a very impressive background, and I already found out you don't like to talk about yourself, but too late. We're going to do it anyways.
Well, like many English people, grew up playing soccer, loved the game, was fortunate to have a grandparent that played at a high level that would play with me as a young child as well, so I had a passion for it growing up, and once my sort of teenage years were rolling around, I got into coaching in a voluntary position and enjoyed it, and was starting to do more and more, and kind of just evolved from that in the last 15 years, really.
That's awesome. Soccer has become such a big thing here, in LA and Naperville, but in the country as a great sport, all-around sport. Tell me, and there's a lot of soccer to be played here in Naperville. Tell me what sets the club apart, Luke.
Yeah, so the Kickers Soccer Club, like Mark said, we've been around for a long time, and we have an internationally recognized curriculum, and all of our staff, we have a great group of staff, really care about the child as well as the player. And our curriculum is focused on development of the player. So we would like to push the player to their maximum potential and reach playing collegiately if they can. So we work off of 4 pillars, really: technical play, tactical play, physical play, and then the social side as well. And we coach within those areas to really help the players get as much out of the game that they can. And our style of play is a short passing game as well. So it's pleasing to the eye to watch, as well as producing excellent soccer players.
A little bit more action with the short pass.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, it keeps everybody engaged.
More control in the game as well, so you can build chances rather than just kind of seeing what happens.
Right. You're right. You can control it a little bit more rather than just it happens to. And how does it work with all that wide span of age group? I think that's wonderful that you can start and finish and go on. But how do you kind of divide it up and keep it all organized and move us through that age group?
So we have a couple of ways that people can come in and play. They can come in and play as a beginner, recreationally, which is kindergarten onwards. And then our competitive travel side starts at under 8. So kids are generally 7 years old. And they'll play by age group then, 8, 9, 10, all the way up to U18. And then go off and play collegiately if that's something they're looking to do. And then kids will come back in the summer and play in a under 23 summer league, which is a great standard of soccer. But at the younger ages, it's broken down by their ability level and their age group. Each team has one of our professional coaches assigned to the team, and they'll train twice a week and play their games, all with that coach for that year, and then move on to the next age group.
That's neat. Now, we were talking off camera a little bit about the collegiate emphasis that you guys have, that the ability. And I think this is a little unique for you, that you think that anybody playing soccer could have the skill to go on and play it collegiately. And that could be at any level of collegiate, D3 or D2 or D1. Tell me a little bit about that and why you do it.
Yeah, we believe any child in our club that's played in underneath Luke's direction and his staff has the ability to play at any level of college. It's really understanding what the realistic opportunities are. But you mentioned D3, D2, D1. There's also NAIA and certainly junior colleges. So sometimes a child will go to a junior college to get the experience and then move on to another level.
Well, and I think it's exciting to think about soccer in that way, because soccer gives so much more. It's from teamwork to life skills. You learn why being on a team, about how to balance your life with everything else, especially at the college level. So I think that's interesting, but you also help with that recruitment process a little bit, because that can be a little bit daunting for a family.
It can, yeah, and we have on our staff, our coach, Rob Kettle, is a former collegiate coach, and he will talk. We have a seminar for the players once a year where we go over the recruiting process and what to expect from the college side and from the family side, and then Coach Rob will sit down with a player individually and just go over what they can expect, where they can look to play, and help build a college profile and get the communication going with a college coach and explore all the opportunities that are available to them. And then, the kids go on and play. And as coaches, we love going to the colleges to see them play at that next level. Although
Right.
there's so many, it's hard to get to the
Your
games.
schedule's getting a little filled there. That's
It
okay.
is, yeah.
Mark, you had said something about first generation when we were talking prior. Tell me about that.
That's probably the thing that's most pleasing to us as a staff or as an organization, is that we've sent a lot of children that are first generation kids to go on to college and compete at a very high level, and more importantly, get their education. So that makes us really, really proud.
That's neat, and I like the fact that you're a charitable organization too. There's a lot of individual clubs out there and opportunities for young athletes like there never was. But some of them are for profit and some are for not for profit. So I think that's awesome. Tell me, it's getting a little warmer out there. It's mucky out there, but we're getting ready to play. What's your spring and summer season look like at Kickers?
So we're just wrapping up our winter indoor league now, and if the weather cooperates, the first week of April we'll be back outside, training twice a week with the teams all the way through till mid-June, when the season will wrap up then. And we have a big tournament in June as well that we host, a college showcase with teams from all across the region and college coaches from all across the country coming in to watch. And then our season really will finish with a big summer camp at the end of June, which is great this year because it's tied into the World Cup year in Brazil.
Right. It's very exciting
And
for
then
soccer.
July is really a rest and recuperation period, which we build into our curriculum, because it is important that at any level of sports that kids have a break and a chance to recharge.
Right, both physically and mentally.
Absolutely, yeah.
Absolutely. Luke, you seem to really love what you do. What's the best part of your job, of your day?
Oh my goodness, that's a great question. I like being at a club where there's a chance to see players grow and develop, and seeing them go on and do, once they graduate, play in college. It's a great, just to sit back and watch and see the player playing a kicker style of soccer in college, and we might have seen that kid as a 12-year-old, 13-year-old. It's just really neat to see that progression. And
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's great just to see that evolve, year by year, and knowing that your coaching sessions weekly have created something over, 5-10 years.
Without a doubt, youth sports and the coaches that kids interact with make a huge impact on their overall being. You guys are doing great, so I appreciate taking time to talk with you and learn a little bit about what you do. We wish you a lot of luck. We'll be paying attention to you with your big tournament, and I thank you for stopping by Business Connection.
Thank you, Les.
Yeah, thank
Stay
you.
tuned. We'll be right back.